So do you think that we even need this third paragraph? Because I feel like it's a bit of waffle just saying why Loke's the shit. I mean, some of the benefits are shown here. They can make an informed decision. They can save time to enjoy more skating with friends, meet new people, go to the best sessions.
I think the thing you need to be cautious of is the product. It's not really a need to have, it's like a want to have. It's like if this problem doesn't get solved, the world is going to fall apart. And so if you spend too much time focusing on things like making informed decisions, an investor's going to be like, why do I care about that?
Yeah.
What is the real benefit? So you've already mentioned that there's like 14 million skaters. So you could put something like, to the New York market, this means that the 5,000 skaters who join a session save this many hours. That's how their minds work. They want to see the numbers and like they want to see how many people each day be affected by this.
So we bring numbers into the solution.
I think come back to how many people this is going to impact. So it could be good, like because you've already mentioned 14 million worldwide, come back to like, because you're launching in New York as well, so you're going to start talking about that market. Yeah, really showing like how many people on a daily basis this is going to have an effective one. I think it's fine to start with the US because you're launching in such like little subsections within the US market. And then down in like sort of the future where you're talking about how you're going to expand the business, you could then do the number of the entire number of skaters worldwide.
Just quickly, just going back, the diagram for the solution, I guess the idea here was that you just go through one place to connect with your friends at sessions and other skaters. Is there anything else that we need to convey for the solution?
I think for the diagram, you definitely want to label it and call whatever term you want, whether it's a one-stop shop or it's the ultimate communication hub, or I just think again with this, I mean, obviously you're not doing the illustrations yet, but making it visual because you guys are such amazing creative people, like having like cute little speech bubbles or just something that is going to make it more interesting for them to look at, but it's also showing off your creativity because they're going to look at it and go, oh, that's really cute. Did you guys design this? And you're like, well, yeah, we did.
Yeah, the idea is that even before you've signed up for an account, you can see like what's happening based on your geolocation. So from the get-go, it's kind of useful to you. I mean, that can be demoted, but I thought that would be a nice way to start.
I just wonder if you want to force them, because if they can see a swarm, like they might be able to see who's there, but if they can still see which areas are popular.
I feel like if they can just see a swarm, it's cool, and like not getting details on the swarms, like not know who it is. And
yeah, I think it's just like skate sessions.
It's just like a picture.
You're like, oh, should I have to sign up for this because I see that this stuff happens. But you can't interact with them. You can't see the details until you sign in.
Footage.
What if somebody's just moved to a city and they don't have friends? They want to skate and they want to skate to meet. Will they still be able to see which are the popular areas? Like where's swarming at the moment?
Yeah, they'll even be able to see who's there, and then they can jump on that and be friends with them. I was even thinking of that being in the tagline, like skating in real time or something.
Because it instantly conveys what it means, like up to date in real time. I think that's really cool to be informed if they move to another spot before he arrives. I think that's awesome functionality.
Cool. So the question around browser skate sessions was that it wasn't clear
whether they can search. Like, can you search by individual people?
Yeah, so using the word search, right?
Yeah, like search rather than browse.
So is it like user searches through skate sessions?
User searches for skate sessions? I don't know.
How is the swarm map going to be displayed? Will it be able to rank it? Like you'll be able to see which skate sessions has the most check-ins?
Yeah, so it'll be like a heat map.
I like that you're talking about Facebook Connect, Google Maps. So what's this additional user flows?
They kind of talk to building the ecosystem. So a user can discover and add a new spot. You saw a set of stairs down here, you can add that on the map, and then you're basically facilitating people being able to session it on Loke.
I would call it, instead of saying additional user flows, I'd say that's something like expanding the network, and then you could be like, Loke grows with the community.
How do we frame this? So I take this out of user flow and just say, how do we expand the network?
Well, I think part of what you want to show and how it works. So you want to show the overview of how someone would use it, but because it's a social network, you want to show how it's going to snowball. That's what a social network really is that it starts with this number of users and it's constantly picking up more.
Okay.
So I think expanding the network, it's good to have in there, like to show how Swarm is constantly going to be expanding.
So it expands through people adding spots. It expands through friends befriending more skaters and meeting more skaters.
So I would just reword this to say new spots, new skaters.
New spots and new skaters.
Yeah.
That's awesome. What do you think about the idea? So group messaging is really one function that touches on it. Essentially a group message to what we call a crew.
Yeah.
Is that too abstract a concept. But photographers and stuff, they're still skaters. They just act differently.
Maybe we just can't. I'm just bringing it up, like
No, I think it's completely valid.
an encompassing word.
I think it's good to bring in because that brings in the money aspect of it. So photographers and videographers are generally going because they want to take cool photos that they can sell. So if your app is helping them make a profit, then there's ways that not necessarily that they pay for it, but maybe there's like pro features that you can create just for them that they pay to unlock later down the track. I think you could put that in the monetization section, like your revenue model.
Should we not call them skaters? Like, should we call them users, or what's the vernacular? I feel like here, like, we can really do a lot in diagrams as well. It's like brands on the skateboarding bandwagon, Nike, Swoosh, New Balance, Adidas. It's just like boom, boom, boom. What Nike pays, it's professional athletes. Eric Costin, Paul Rodriguez, 32 million. Tiger Woods, 37 million.
Just
You
give
know,
it
it's like
really short,
put them next to it. New Balance, Adidas, awesome.
Who's Rob Dydrek?
He's like a celebrity skater that started a few brands like DC Shoes.
DC Shoes, Monster Energy Drink.
Rob Dydrek, like celebrity skateboarder and TV host.
I feel like there should be like who else are like celebrities? Like Tony Hawk's on TV.
Tony Hawk's.
They know who he is.
Yeah,
People
Bucky
know who
loves
he is.
it.
Like 3 dudes majorly in the public eye.
Everyone knows who they are.
Well, what I think is interesting in what you've got in terms of the market validation is that you've got these different sections and you're showing how skateboarding is rising across the board.
Right.
So the number of participants are going up, the industry revenues are going up, it's expanding to the global apparel, into the global apparel market. It's now on prime time. The online views have gone up, video games. I think this is all really great in showing basically why investors need to jump in this market now.
Okay.
So what I think could be good to do at the start of this section, you want to have an infographic that's summarized. It's almost like maybe like it's a pie chart, or maybe it's something that's showing all these different sectors. And then what's underneath it is like the text that's explaining that.
Cool. The view count also better relative to time online. Like if something gets 7 million views in 2 years, is that a metric that they would?
I mean, it's still 7 million views. I think it only works to show if something like launched a month ago and now it has 7 million views, that's amazing. But you're not really going to be able to get that information. And I think for what you're presenting, it's fine just to show how high they are.
Yeah. And the other thing that we don't have factored here is like social followings on Instagram and stuff.
Pro skater Instagram followers.
Which means 2 million people are interested in skateboarding. One thing I like about the Tony Hawk game is that I feel like what we're doing, we can make a game out of real life skateboarding.
Yeah.
So the whole system in there of like having to collect badges and like go on missions, we can do that.
Sure.
Thing.
Gamification's gonna be massive.
So I wonder how we segue to that further down.
I think it's good to show that innovations in the skateboarding market are getting attention. What's the fisheye lens from GoPro that was developed just for skateboarding? Maybe put it under like potential brand partners, because if then you can go to GoPro and be like, hey, dude, we noticed that 10% of your products are used by skaters. We should talk because our product does
Maybe
this.
that's a market opportunity, right?
Yeah. What you've put for market validation is basically showing that it's a really high spending market and that it's growing and that there's a lot of money to be made. And then the market opportunity is sort of showing exactly how you fit into that market.
Yeah, so we broke this down into 3 key opportunities. One's to own the data of knowing where skateboarders are and how they're interacting with one another. And the second is to own and leverage user-generated content, which is basically kids filming and engaging with video and other content on platform. And the third opportunity is allowing brands on platform to talk directly to consumers.